Now we are ready to start creating our first screen. It might be a good time to start creating a very basic splash screen. So let's start by saving this document for now. Now it's still in your draft. Maybe you already assigned it to a project, but now is a good time to give it a name. So let's give it a name, call it recipe app. Press enter to save it. All right, so let's add our first artboard or frame by pressing the A key on the keyboard and then choosing a form fit that you would like. I'm going for iPhone 8 right now. And we have our first template here. I will immediately rename this frame into splash screen so I can easily find it later on. So what we will put on this on this splash screen is of course, the text of the app itself, like the logo. I thought of some like a nice and semi-cheesy name, so let's call it Salt. We'll put a dot behind there for stylization, and let's pick a nice font. So we'll go to fonts.google.com and let's search for a font that has like quite a decent weight. So we'll go for certain thickness. And let's see, Montserrat looks kind of nice. It has this sort of recipe vibe over it. So let's pick that one. Increase the font size and set it to bold because we want it to really look nice. And you'll see now that the text area is slightly larger than the actual text. I can simply double click on one of the squares and that allows me to resize it. If I double click, click, then it will automatically resize to the size that we need. So let's put that in the center. Of course, you can also use the alignment tools. And let's draw a nice square around it like this. So give it a white background. It will disappear now, of course, in the original background, but the text is still behind there, as you can see in the layer panel here. And now if I select a square and press Command and then the left square bracket, it will move back one layer in the layer screen. So I can put it up again and down, and now it's behind that one. And I will select the text as well. Command G to group it, and here we have our logo. And now for the background, it would be nice if we have some sort of food imagery there. So let's create a rectangle that is completely covering the artboard. You can see that the red lines will automatically help you in aligning it properly. And let's get some image on the background there. And the way we're going to do that is by installing a plugin. We could normally do this by setting adding a fill layer and choosing an image, and then choosing an image from our computer to upload. But for this I will show you a slightly neater trick that is with a plugin. So we go to the menu, then we go to plugins, and we go to manage plugins. A new screen will open where we can find the plugins that we can add to Figma. And this is very powerful. We click browse plugins and then we can search, and the thing we're going to search for is Unsplash. It might already appear on the top of your screen, but if it's not, then at least you know how it's called. You simply click install and you have it installed. And if you go back to the tab where we were just now, you'll see that we can now use it. So I'll just remove the large rectangle here, at least the image layer within that rectangle. And now I will right click the layer, click plugins and choose Unsplash. Now a pop-up will appear that is from the plugin itself, and here we can select any type of imagery that we want. So for this one, of course, we want food. So I'll just click food, and it will go and look on the Unsplash website and find an image of food. So I can close this, and yeah, this is not very much food. It's more like a person with a handbag. This might happen once in a while. You just go through it again, click food, and now we have, this looks kind of nice. We might need to rename the app to Honey now, but that's okay. So we have this layer now. If we move this layer to the back as we did with the logo just now, so make sure we have the layer selected here, Command square bracket, and we move it back, and now we have our app splash screen and sort of a logo ready to go.